I welcome my select viewers to my 111th video of my YouTube channel, Writer Sandanam Speaks. Today's topic is Truth and Falsehood, No Meaning by Bhagavan Sri Ramana Maharishi. Today is Bhagavan Sri Ramana Maharishi's 144th birth anniversary, Ramana Jayanti, as per his birth star Punarvasu. Though I had put out in the past a few videos on the evergreen words of the sage Sri Ramana Maharishi, the wisdom emanating from his lips is inexhaustible, and any number of videos will not suffice. He fielded more than 30,000 questions in his lifetime on issues that faced humanity, both phenomenal and spiritual. This is one more video on him, coinciding with his birth anniversary celebrations. It is quite ironical that we celebrate the birth and observe the death anniversaries of Jivan Muktas like Ramana, Jesus and Buddha and so on, though they have liberated themselves from the cycle of birth and death once and for all. Before one attains the Jivan Mukta status, he is born for the last time and sheds his mortal coil also for the last time. After that, there is no rebirth or re-death for him. It is said the sage, after his earthly mission is over, he becomes part of the undivided, formless consciousness, and he is everywhere, like the sky. That is why Bhagavan Sri Ramana Maharishi said, "Why lament on my ailing body? Even after my passing away, I will not go anywhere." Every sage has a purpose, and the purpose of Sri Ramana Maharishi was to answer questions and remove the doubts of the 20th century questioners. In fact, the universal purpose of the sages, if one scrutinizes their words, is to uplift the individual from his sorrow and not of humanity as a whole. If anybody questioned him, that is Ramana Maharishi, about the deterioration of the society, Ramana smilingly refuted him, stating, "Why are you bothered about the world? Take care of yourself, and whoever has created this world will take care of it." He reiterated wisdom and liberation is individual based and not society based. That is why he said, "Wisdom cannot be taught en masse from a platform." On hindsight, one could easily see that despite the avatars like Krishna, Jesus, Buddha, the injustice on earth continues unabated till date. Look at the man-made wars. The wars did not end at Kurukshetra or Ravana's Sri Lanka or even Homer's Greece. They have continued in the form of subsequent world wars, Ukraine-Russia war and Palestinian-Israel war, not to talk of the numerous internal wars in between. What happened to the teachings of the erstwhile divine personalities? One wonders. This only reiterates a statement of Sri Ramana Maharishi that teaching is for the individuals and not for the entire human beings. Again, why? Because it is the endless sport played by the Creator, Adi Shankara Bhatsin. For sport, you need opposition. Good versus evil, or evil versus evil, or even good versus good in the name of national pride and religions. The famous poet Kamban of Tamil Ramayana, in his introduction, reiterates, "Ulagam yavayum tamula vakkalum நிலைநிறுத்தலும் நீக்கலும் நீங்களா அழகிலா விளையாட்டுடையான் அவர் தலைவர் அன்னவர்க்கே சரண் நாங்களே. Meaning, God plays his limitless sport. It is quite revealing to know that Sri Krishna taught Bhagavad Gita to the individual Arjuna and not to the confronting army at Kurukshetra. Hence, for a spiritually bent, curious man and a witness to all these seemingly illogical happenings around him cannot but agree with the sages like Sri Ramana that wisdom is personal and liberation from this earthly worries and sorrow is only for the individual. Man with his too small a brain cannot fathom this universal fate, and he can only through the teachings of sages individually liberate himself. After all, individual is a spare part of the society machine which is run by the non-stopping material greed. Today, I have chosen as my topic the brief answer given by Sri Ramana Maharishi to a curious questioner on the topic of truth and falsehood. This question and answer occurs in the book Talks by Mungala Venkatramaya on page 255 in the talk numbered 286. The diary dated 18th November 1936. This book is a Ramanashramam publication from Tiruvannamalai. I read out the brief one sentence. Sri Bhagavan said to have remarked to an inquisitive person, quotation, what is the meaning of this talk of truth and falsehood in this world which itself is false? Quotation ends. As some people are worried about the status of the deteriorating society, the unnamed questioner too asks Ramana Maharishi on the oft repeated words of truth and falsehood in this mundane world. Perhaps the questioner could have had the doubt, as mentioned in my above passage, as to why there should be falsehood still prevalent in this world despite so much of wisdom preached by successive gurus. The answer by Ramana, what is the meaning of this talk of truth and falsehood in this world which itself is false, hits the nail on its head. This reply hits the nail on its head. According to the wise sages, this phenomenal theoretical world as seen by man is a false world, an illusion, a maya, mistaking the rope for the snake. Nothing is in order here, where argument is mistaken for truth. Even the king Dharma, the embodiment of virtue and honesty, the eldest of the Pandava brothers, prodded by Lord Krishna, uttered a loud lie in the Kurukshetra warfield, telling, quote, Ashwatthama, the son of Guru Drona, is dead, quotation ends, to disengage the father warrior Dronacharya from fighting further against the Pandavas. According to the Bible, St. John's chapter 18 verse 36, during his trial, Jesus refused to answer the question by the governor Pilate as to what is truth. Jesus was convinced that man like Pilate cannot understand the meaning of truth with the capital T, truth with the capital T, which is synonymous for God, as against the factual truth and falsehood as commonly understood here in this transient world. and hence there is no meaning of the talk of truth and falsehood as answered by Sri Ramana. The message is, do not cry hoarse on the so-called truth or falsehood. One has to liberate oneself from this false world and escape from the personal sorrows. He has to find out a way out. The only way is individual freedom, and the means is Guru Upadesa. The word once a heaven was turned into hell by human thinking and his actions, said another sage, U.G. Krishnamurti, whom I personally heard. So far as there is unjust ambition and limitless greed in man, there will be chaos, wars, sorrows and suffering. An honest man, cross-examining himself, can come to the only conclusion that he is not capable of reforming the world full of diplomatic truths and naked falsehood. He ultimately, out of frustration, looks up to the teachings from sages like Bhagavan Sri Ramana Maharishi for his redemption. The famous moral Tamil book Tirukkural, written 2000 years ago, emphasizes the ultimate goal of human being. The couplet runs like this: Vendungal vendum piravamai, matru adu vendamai vendavarum. Advising man that the only aim of human being is not to be reborn in this sorrow-filled false world. For that to happen, human being has to live a greediless life, here and now. Wisdom is the only gate for his or her great escape from this illusory world, as observed by Sri Ramana Maharishi. One more word on the topic truth and falsehood. Sages including Buddha and Jesus have emphasized on karma factor. That is, as you sow, will you reap. That is, even this illusory world has its rules beyond human reasoning. Sages say a man reaps his consequences in this world as per his actions in his previous birth, which is termed as prarabdha karma. That is why we see often an undeserving man enjoying the material comforts and a virtuous man undergoing suffering, justifying the prarabdha karma theory. You cannot apply this truth and falsehood factors to this phenomenal world, which is beyond man's limited understanding. I mentioned about the no reply of Jesus Christ as to the question on truth from Pilate. But the later born sage Sri Ramana Maharishi answers his questions like this quotation: truth is beyond words. It does not admit of any explanation. All that is possible is to indicate it indirectly. That is why Jesus kept quiet on truth. But what we talk of truth in this world is not this profound truth with a capital T, whose synonymous word is liberation, moksha, nirvana, or kingdom of God at all. Both these sages echo each other on this profound question of truth and exposes the falsehood or illusion of this world. Let me extend my greetings to Ramana Maharishi and Jesus and Buddha on their birthdays, which are celebrated as Ramana Jayanti and Christmas respectively in this same month of December, a month which is called in Tamil as Margali. In Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna says, among the months, I am Margali, that is December. Thank you very much.